My friend Fred Mennick is the guy when it comes to bourbon. He told me about a collector who may be willing to sell some rare bottles that I can put in my personal collection, so I'm taking a break from the event to take a look. Hopefully, there's a smooth deal to be made here. Clayton?
Rick?
How's it going? Fred told me all about you. You got a glass? Yeah, Fred said you had some whiskey you're looking to sell, and I collect this stuff. You know, I'm out here in Kentucky, and I might add to the collection.
True.
What do we got right here?
A.H. Hirsch was distilled in 1974 at the old Pennsylvania Michter's distillery before it was scuttled.
Scuttled, that's a really great term for closed down.
That's the one. This bottle is often thought of as the height of bourbon aging and taste and flavor profile.
Okay, and this right here.
This one. This is a pre-prohibition bottle of bottled in bond bourbon. It was distilled in 1913. When Prohibition hit in 1920, this became a medicinal use only bottle and was released in 1921.
I mean, I love how they had medicinal whiskey back in the day. That was the way you got around Prohibition. You go to the doctor and he writes you a prescription for whiskey because you have some ailment that needs whiskey. And then you find yourself another doctor on the other side of town, and then another doctor, and then another doctor. And next thing you know, you're well supplied in whiskey.
Love it. Love it.
So what is this right here? That's not whiskey.
Oh, this is a cognac that was distilled in 1914.
Okay.
It was distilled by the women of the estate while the men went off to World War I. It was aged for 75 years in French limousine casks.
That's really cool. Aged for 75 years. It's sort of crazy to think that, like, we're gonna make this cognac, we're gonna put it in a barrel, and my great-grandkids are gonna make a lot of money off it. All right, so prices. Cognac?
$3,000.
Hirsch?
$5,000.
Prescription?
$15,000.
$15,000. Damn. That's pretty amazing. So my buddy Fred, who set this up, he's supposed to be meeting me here any minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go outside and meet Fred when he gets here. And maybe we'll make a deal if he thinks it's a good deal. All right?
Sounds good. Hi,
Hey, man, nice to meet you in person. First of all, I can't believe you brought these 3 bottles here. Each one of them have a very special story. So, Pierre Ferrand, it is a Grand Champagne cognac, and it's where the creme de la creme comes from. Basically, cognac is white wine that's distilled. Of course, it's aged for 75 years. This was distilled by women during World War I. That was not their expertise, but you wouldn't know it by tasting it. This is one of the greatest cognacs that's ever been made. This bottle, A.H. Hirsch 16-year-old, is thought to be one of the most important bourbons of the 20th century. And basically, the reason why these barrels were saved by a liquor store owner in northern Kentucky, and the Michter's distillery was going bankrupt. He basically found out that the bank was coming in to clear out the distillery. If we were to open this up right now, which I have a bottle in my office that I've sipped on over the years, you would find it's probably one of the greatest things you've ever tasted. So thanks again for bringing in the old Lewis Hunter bottled in bond. This is a very special bottle. This was bottled in the very first year of Prohibition, the very first iteration of medicinal whiskey to be prescribed during Prohibition. It is in excellent condition for being in this bottle for more than 100 years.
Okay, so what do you think the Prohibition whiskey's worth?
So from a historical perspective, as a whiskey fan, this is something that should go for $100,000. However, there's a few things that do cause me to have some concern. Now, the cork they would have used back then is very different from what they would have done today. Today, they treat the cork, make sure that it can hold spirit for long periods of time. Take a look here. You can see that this cork has been kind of like sloughing away over time. It's just slowly giving out. You know, we gotta crack this thing open within the next 2 years, or it's gonna get worse. My price for that is $4,000. Now, my price for the Pierre Ferrand 1914, $2,000. My price for the A.H. Hirsch, $4,000.
All right, thanks, man. If I get them, I'll let you know.
All right, my friend. I'm ready to drink them with you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
So your prices are different than his prices.
It happens.
So what's your best price on the cognac?
I would do $2,000.
Okay, and the Hirsch?
I would do $4,500 on the Hirsch.
And I think we're way off on the
we're probably a little farther apart on the pre-prohibition bottle.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you your $2 grand for the cognac.
Okay.
We got a deal. Sweet. All right, let's go drink a prescription.